Hi everybody, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel and to another edition of the weekly Tottenham News Review, where I'll be going through all the main Spurs news, rumours and reports. My name is Lee The Dorset Spur, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Okay, so here's the main stories that I've picked out for this week. Of course, Tottenham went out onto their tour of New Zealand and Australia, and it kicked off with an earthquake in New Zealand just hours after Spurs arrived for pre-season. A severe magnitude of 5.9 quake hits the North Island, so you can't get a bigger welcome than that. Fortunately, there were no problems for Tottenham Hotspur in that regard. Andy Robertson, he stated that this club is growing places, which was a really nice thing to see. Tottenham's new number 3, who took this number to avoid the number 26, which he had at Liverpool, as a kind of bit of respect, I guess, to Ledley King, which Ledley King said was a very nice touch from him. But he said he's excited to be here. It's a bit different in terms of the signing being announced and having to go to the World Cup, but my first day has been good. Getting to meet people, forgetting people's names and trying to work my way around the training ground and things like that. He's excited to be here, believes it's a massive club with an amazing training ground, brilliant stadium, a big fan base, and he's played here plenty of times, and I know that the supporters get right behind their team. It's a club going places. The last couple of years from the league point of view have not been up to the standards that the Tottenham fans expect. Last season they showed a lot of tenacity to get to the end and stay up. But now, even being in from day one, there is a huge determination not to allow that to happen again. And we're really glad to hear that for sure. The manager is a huge pull. I've had lots of chats with him. I had a phone call with him, and both him and his staff seem so good at what they do and how they want to play. It was a great phone call. We know of each other. He knows me as a player and I know him as a manager. And it was just more that we were excited to work with each other. So, really good news. It seems that Roberto De Zerbi is a big pull for these players. And there's a lot of really good comments coming out over the last week, which I'll kind of go through and touch on from different players during the course of the week. Roberto De Zerbi was asked about Mohamed Kudus, and he said that Kudus is very close. I think that when we come back to London, he will be available to start working with us. It's a great thing for us. Kudus is another important player, so fingers crossed that Kudus will be going into full training once the team and the squad returns from Australia. On Vicario and Kulusevski, Vicario is injured, not a big injury, but he needs to stay 1 week in London. Kulusevski, we have to see in the next couple of weeks. He's another important player. And after one complete season without a game, we have to analyse better and better. Don't take risks, first of all for him and then for us. This one about Vicario was the fact that he was left out of the squad travelling, and they said that he's got a small injury. But there are massive rumours that he is moving on at the end of this summer window, with Kinski becoming number 1 and Dubravka being the number 2. So he was kind of left back for that. Kulusevski, since this comment was made as they arrived in New Zealand, news of Kulusevski is that he's feeling good and that he is back at the training ground and ready to start full training. So we'll see how that pans out once we actually get the squad back and he starts to do training with De Zerbi to see how close he actually is. We keep our fingers crossed for him, because obviously no one wants to see a player their career cut so short after a freak injury like that. But it looks like he's determined to come back. So fingers crossed that is going to happen. He's had an awful lot of time out, so not expecting an awful lot from him this season. But if he can get back playing and contributing to the team now, and that would be really, really good news. De Zerbi was asked about the transfer window. I was very clear at the start of my time in Tottenham. I said, who doesn't want to stay in Tottenham? Who is not happy, is not proud to stay here, has to leave. I want the players to be proud and happy to stay here. The motivation is to be happy to stay in one team. I think it's not finished yet, our transfer market window. On Lucas Bergvall, I've not spoken with Lucas. I will be in the next few days, and we will make the best decision for the club, for Lucas, for me, for every one of us without problems. Lucas is a big, big talent. There will be competition to play because at the end I think we will be 2 players for each positions. If he wants to stay, I'll be happy. Otherwise, we have to find a new solution with Johan Lang and also with Vinay Venkatesham. It's not my business after the decision to leave. So kind of linking those 2 stories together, there's been a lot of talk about Lucas Bergvall moving on. We know that Newcastle have been interested, and also Nottingham Forest. He wants to play regular football. And as De Zerbi said, if you don't want to be at Tottenham, then you won't stay. It will help you move on. He only wants players that are totally, totally committed to the club. And the club has to be the big driver in all of this. So it feels like the writing is on the wall for Lucas Bergvall, who will command a decent fee for sure. We see that Vuskovic has left for big money, and I think that Bergvall will do the same. They will likely have a matching fee in there, as well as a sell-on clause and stuff like that, to protect the club going forward, just in case he goes on to be an absolute superstar who commands massive, massive money. So it will be covered in both ways. And at the end of the day, De Zerbi's right. We have to have players that want to play, want to be committed to the squad, and want to fight for their place. So De Zerbi on young players and fringe players making an impression already. Luca Williams-Barnett getting a lot of attraction after his performance against MK Dons. Is he excited with the players he's seeing? Yes, I'm used to working with young players. In my career, I gave big time and big space for young players, but they have to show me they are able to play and they are good players. I never started from the age of the players. For the qualities, yes. For the attitude, yes. For the behaviour, yes. But not for the ages. And so to demonstrate that, Archie Gray is captain, or was captain for Spurs in the Tottenham versus Auckland match. And we know Archie Gray is one of those young players. The attendance at Eden Park was 40,112, a record attendance for a football match played in New Zealand. Massive, massive figure for a pre-season friendly for sure. Spurs won the match 2-0 with Scarlett and Richarlison getting on the score sheet there. Roberto De Zerbi, and where does he see Mikey Moore's future, which is another big player that's been talked about an awful lot about what we do with him, because we know we've got a space on the left-hand side. He said we have to analyse the last part of the transfer market. I think because we tried to bring in wingers, and then we speak with him, with his agent, with the club to find the best solution for everybody. That kind of screams to me that depending on if we buy players for that left wing position, it looks like there won't be one for Mikey Moore, and potentially he could leave the club. Now, whether that'll be on loan or whether that'll be on a permanent transfer, that's the one we'd have to watch. I think there'll be a lot of interest in terms of a loan deal. Will the player want a loan deal? Let's hope so. I don't think he's a talent that we really want to be losing at this moment in time. You know, we are letting a few of these youngsters go. Mikey Moore, for me, would be one that you definitely wouldn't want to let go. He's, 18? So there's still plenty of time for him. Moving on a little bit, Mickey van der Ven on Tottenham's ambition this summer and the unacceptable last season. So he said, this is Mickey van der Ven. It's really good that you can see the club has made some changes. You can see the club has a new ambition. It's something that's really important for the players who have been here a long time. Last season was a stressful season, unacceptable from our side. So to leave all of that behind and go into a new season fresh means a lot. It's going to be different compared to the manager we had last season. It's going to be more with the ball, and I think more about playing football. I think it's also going to be more enjoyable for people to watch because we'll be playing offensive football. You can see De Zerbi has brought a lot of passion into the group, a lot of terms of mentality and passion on the pitch. It is something we needed because everybody was a little bit down. It brings a lot of good energy, and from pre-season we have really had a time to bring his football into the team that is really enjoyable. The feeling of the team is really good, to be honest. I really have enjoyed working with De Zerbi. That's what we have been doing in pre-season, and the guys who are coming in have been unbelievable as well. They have fit in well to the group. So some strong words there, in my view, from Mickey van der Ven, who's kind of stepped up a little bit. Certainly he had a really poor season last season, to the extent where we were all going, you may as well go, mate, because you're just not interested. Your head's gone. You're believing the hype on yourself. But when De Zerbi came in, that mentality changed, and he's been a lot better from that point of view. And I think where he says it's going to be different compared to the manager we had last season, kind of says it all for me. That they wasn't enjoying it, they wasn't happy. Football's going to be more entertaining this year. They're enjoying their football more. So it kind of feels like a bit of a. There was definitely an issue there with Thomas Frank last season. Fabrizio Romano on this Savinho deal. Savinho is one of the players they absolutely want. They remain in the conversation. They remain very keen. They are on it. The deal is absolutely on. And that was said last week. We're still no further forward as far as we're aware. So who knows what's going on in that situation. It must be down to Manchester City holding off. Feels another one of those Eze, Morgan Gibbs-White scenarios, to be honest with you. Are we ever going to get him? We've been chasing this guy for over a year. And at the end of the day, is he really that good? Is he really the one that we really want? He's still a young guy. Is he going to be better than what we've already got? Some say yes, some say no. Time is going to tell us one way or the other on that front. James Maddison ahead of Tottenham versus Sydney FC. The manager is very clear. The goals are to be better, to play better football, to be passionate and to be proud to play for this club. If we listen to his style, his principles, if we keep the short-term targets of trying to be better and trying to implement the way he'll play, the long-term targets will be better in the long run. We're still learning the way he plays as a player. He's a coach you want to play for because he loves everything with the ball. He's very attacking and I'm very excited. So again, another player, another big player for the club, really shouting out how important De Zerbi is for the football club and how much they're enjoying playing with him and what they're trying to do. A lot of exciting attacking football. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of that next season. So again, Archie Gray was captain for Tottenham versus Sydney FC. Matisse Tell had a wonderful free kick, put us ahead. Really good to see a free kick going. It's been a long time since we've seen one of them, probably since Maddison, to be honest with you, against Aston Villa all that time ago. But he put us ahead, but a mistake at the back led to us drawing the game 1-1, which went to penalties, and Spurs won 4-2 on penalties with Luca Williams-Barnett scoring a really cheeky, calm goal, one that you really wasn't expecting from a 17-year-old kid, but absolutely fantastic. A real talent, the lad, real talent. But yeah, we won the game 4-2 on penalties, and now we move on to the Chelsea game. So we won one, drew one, and Chelsea is the big one that we're playing for. A lot of the senior players will be held back for that one, I assume, because you can never really have a friendly with Chelsea. And of course, the latest news following that is that Roberto De Zerbi told Alistair Gold of Football.London that a bomber is likely very soon for an attacking player that is not Savinho. So of course, the internet has gone alight. All your WhatsApp groups are going all over the place. Everyone's trying to second guess what's going on. Who's it going to be? Will it be this one? Will it be that one? You know, will it be Rashford? Could it be Morgan Gibbs-White? You know, it's just, you know, Watkins. There's just so many names just being bandied around. No one seems to know. All the in the knows seem to have gone very, very quiet as well. So let's see. At the time of this video being made, I'm not sure who it is or any details on that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, won't we? So anyway, listen. I rattled through that as quickly as I can. There was an awful lot that's gone on over the course of last week. A lot of stuff that I've probably missed, but I've picked out as much as I can to try to give you a flavour of the last week. Of course, the next big game is the Chelsea game, so that'll be one to really get our teeth into, and maybe a little bit more competitive, maybe more players from the first team getting involved in that for sure, and let's see where we go from there. I don't think the result is going to be massively important, but no one likes to lose against Chelsea, do they? So anyway, listen, thanks for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. My name's Lee The Dorset Spur. If you want to pop over and say hi on my channel, I'd love to have you over there. I'm chasing down 3,000 subscribers. It'd be great to have you on that. If not, I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the Spurs.